I don't know how long I stayed like that. Minutes, hours, seconds. Time stopped mattering the moment he fell. I pressed my hands to the metal until my skin burned, as if pressure alone could turn steel to water, as if my voice could penetrate reactors, darkness and death and distance. Deep breath. There were screams behind that door, and one voice I'll never hear the same way again. Lucian didn't fall into light. He fell into every regret I ever had the courage to tell him too late. Silence beat. The Imperium thinks pain makes you obedient. They don't understand. Sometimes pain makes you unstoppable. The reactor didn't explode. Not yet. The machine priest bought the world minutes, maybe hours, at the cost of everything that mattered. The fortress shook like a wounded animal. Steel twisted. Smoke bled out of broken arteries. The air tasted like rust, oil, and betrayal. Close on droplets of melted metal cooling. I looked at the destruction and saw a mirror, something mighty, cracked open, bleeding its secrets for anyone brave enough to look. Valeth saved millions by sealing that door. He also killed the only chance I had to save Lucian. Long, quiet, should hate him. I don't, because I know something about choosing who lives and who dies. She swallows. The Imperium taught me that. He wasn't built for guilt. Machine priests don't grieve. They calculate. But Valeth wasn't grieving the boy who fell. He was grieving the man he used to be, the one who believed logic could cleanse sin. Sis. He saved the world the only way he knew how, by sealing away the part of it that made him uncertain. Slow pushing closer. I wanted to scream at him. I wanted to break him the way everything else around us was breaking. But then I saw his shoulders shake, and I remembered that pain isn't always loud. Pause. 2 seconds of silence. He lost someone too, the version of himself that trusted the Imperium. My hand found the rail without thinking. The same metal he held when he turned to face the monster wearing holy armor. Freeze. I replayed it in my mind. The hammer, the sparks, the sky of fire erupting beneath him. Every frame tattooed into the part of the brain where rage is born. Slow inhale. They took Gamma to turn him into a fuse. They took Lucian to punish the spark that tried to fight back. Her grip tightens. They think they know what sacrifice is. They think they invented martyrdom. They have no idea what a woman with nothing left to lose looks like. The Imperium killed my family a long time ago. I thought Lucian was the one thing they couldn't take from me. I was wrong. She looks forward, jaw set. They took him. Now I take everything. Powerful pause. We came here to break the machine, but the machine broke us first. So we start again, not as rebels, as a scourge. If Lucian is alive, I will find him. If he's dead, I will make them remember his name in whispers and in fear. This isn't the story of a rebellion anymore. This is the story of what happens when the machine creates its own destruction. I thought dying would be louder. Fire, screams, maybe the sound of my bones shattering against the abyss. But death came softly, like sinking into warm water, like being held by something that didn't know it wasn't supposed to cradle me. Breathing echoes, darkness, metallic drops falling. Then I opened my eyes and realized I had not died at all. Something else had caught me. The dark wasn't empty. It was thinking, not alive, but aware. He tries to sit up, metal creaks. I felt weightless, like gravity had forgotten I existed. The platform under me wasn't holding me, it was observing me. A sudden pulse of light runs through the chamber, something below the reactor. Watches everything that falls into it. He touches the platform. It vibrates like a heartbeat. If this is where the Imperium hides its sins, then their sins have teeth. Gamma, the boys they took, the boys they turned into a living fuse. He approaches slowly, he was breathing, barely. The machine around him pulsed in rhythm with his chest as if it needed him to keep itself alive. Static crackles. They weren't using him to destroy the fortress. They were using him to feed it. A chill. Every scream, every burst of fear inside that child, converted into power. Lucian clenches his fist. No empire deserves to survive on this kind of energy. This place is not a reactor chamber. It's a graveyard of minds. He steps closer, faces ripple. Every time someone died near the core, this wall recorded them, copied them, trapped them. A woman's voice whispers faintly, maybe real, maybe illusion. Some of these faces were begging, some were praying, some were trying to warn me. He reaches toward the wall. A voice overlaps with his. This wasn't built for energy. It was built to store obedience. He pulls his hand back, trembling. The Imperium doesn't kill disobedience. It recycles it. I understood then why they built the fortress, why they took Gamma, why they wanted Sarah, why they hunted me. The core mind flares sense in him. It needed us, not our obedience, our emotions, fear, grief, rage, anything raw enough to burn hot enough to power the machine. A low mechanical whisper echoes like a broken prayer. This wasn't technology, it was worship of suffering. Lucian steps back as the tendrils twitch, and it wanted more. It wanted me. A broken weapon shouldn't feel like hope, but when I lifted that shattered hammer, I could still feel her hands on it. He holds it in both hands, breathing deeply. Sarah survived long enough to land a blow. If she's alive, she's coming. And if she's dead, then this hammer becomes the first stone in the avalanche I'll drag down on the Imperium. The core mind pulses violently, reacting. I'm not fuel. I'm not data. I'm not another face on their wall. He steps forward. I am the first mistake they made that will kill them. There are two kinds of death in the Imperium. One that ends your body, and one that erases everything that made you human. Gamma was supposed to suffer both. Sparks flicker, cables tremble, but the machine miscalculated. The chamber shifted when he woke, not with panic, but with recognition. As if the machine knew his name better than I ever did, Lucian steps forward, staring. I thought children were invisible to the Imperium. Too small, too fragile, too unfinished to matter. But here, they are perfect fuel. Gamma's fingers twitch. It hit me then. The most dangerous thing in this empire isn't a soldier or a weapon. It's a child who survives what was meant to break them. Lucian touches the metal cocoon. When Gamma opened his eye, the machine blinked with him. The machine didn't release him. It expelled him. Gamma's body is weightless in Lucian's arms. Not a prisoner, but a failure. Lucian kneels, holding Gamma carefully. They tried to turn him into a fuse, but he didn't break the right way. Gamma gasps, a sharp intake like drowning lungs breaching water after too long. There's a law I learned in the mines. Pressure changes everything. Coal becomes diamond, metal becomes blade, and sometimes a child becomes something the universe isn't ready to understand. Lucian looks down at Gamma, terrified. Gamma wasn't human anymore. Not fully, but the part that mattered was still holding on. I don't think Gamma saw the world the way we do anymore. Cut to Lucian staring into Gamma's flickering eyes. He saw through walls the way we see through tears. He saw the mind of the machine, the way we hear our own heartbeat. Lucian shakes him gently. Gamma, can you hear me? The boy doesn't speak. He sees instead. When his eyes locked onto mine, I understood. He remembered everything. The screams, the flames, the captain. The moment Sarah closed the door, Lucian's breath trembles. He saw the truth I was too afraid to look at. Sarah didn't leave me behind. She saved me. Gamma's small hand reaches for Lucian's face, and in that touch, I felt something worse than pain. Hope. Because hope, in the Imperium, is the one fuel that explodes worlds. He didn't speak with his mouth. He spoke with everything the machine tried to steal. Lucian grips the boy tighter. Sarah is alive. Not a sentence. Not even a voice. Just a certainty pressed into my skull like a brand. Lucian's eyes widen. Gamma didn't escape the machine. He took a piece of it with him. Static intensifies. In his mind I saw doors opening, soldiers screaming, Sarah swinging a broken hammer into a wall of armor and fire. Lucien's teeth grit. She was fighting, right now, above us. Gamma didn't just survive the Imperium's experiment. He learned from it. The same way a scar learns the shape of the wound. Lucien stands, carrying Gamma in his arms. Whatever the captain hid beneath this fortress, Gamma knows how to reach it. Lucien steps toward the corridor. I don't know if it's salvation or damnation, but right now, it's the only path forward. The corridor pulses like it's breathing. The Imperium wanted a key. They built a child instead. Lucien tightens his grip on the broken servo hammer. I went into the darkness to save Gamma. But the truth is, Gamma is the one who might save all of us. Lights flare, machine screams, or destroy everything they ever built. People think strength looks like armor. Steel, guns, glowing fists, holy chants. But strength is quieter. It's the moment after you lose everything, and you're still here. Her eyes open, blood in her teeth. Lucien fell. Gamma was taken, and the door closed because I closed it. She breathes again, slow. Now the Imperium will learn what that cost. I expected grief to make me collapse, to break something I needed to stand. She clenches the servo hammer. Instead it burned everything unnecessary. Doubt, fear, hope for mercy. She rises, shaking. Lucien didn't fall so I could cry on the floor. He fell because we didn't have time to mourn. Sounds return, gunfire, screams, armor tearing. The Imperium thinks leadership is orders. March, kill, obey. She looks at her squad, filthy, terrified. Leadership is one thing. I break first, so they don't have to. She stands upright, unsteady, but unbroken. Pain became fuel. Every heartbeat a war drum, every tear a promise. She smashes into the first soldier. Armor buckles. I had nothing left to protect, so I became the thing they feared. A woman without hope is more dangerous than an army with it. Shots ricochet. Sparks fly. I wasn't fighting to win. I was fighting to make sure today got remembered. History is just the list of people who refuse to kneel. She breaks another soldier's visor. And if the Imperium wanted obedience, they should have taken my breath, not my brother. Energy shifting from rage to command. I never asked to lead. I never asked to be a symbol. A bullet grazes her jaw, blood sprays. Symbols are born the moment people need them. She blocks a strike and shouts. Her voice breaks through gunfire. SAR shouting with me through them. Rebels surge, they move like a single organism now. Fear is contagious, so is courage. Her eyes burning. Lucien wasn't gone. He was just somewhere I couldn't reach yet. A flash of memory. Lucien smiling as a kid. So I screamed his name into my own destiny. Symbols matter to tyrants. They need you to believe the future is already written. That resistance is just a pause before obedience. She throws the burning banner, but a future written in fear can be rewritten in blood. Camera on her mouth whispering, don't need the galaxy to change. I just need the next 5 minutes too. A rebel puts their hand on her shoulder, trembling. She turns to them. We're not dead yet. The corridor explodes, lights go red. I used to think heroes were born, chosen by something. Fate, gods, luck, the shield wall charges. But heroes are forged, hammered in loss, tempered in failure, sharpened by people worth dying for. She steps forward alone. If Lucien is alive, I will find him. If Gamma breathes, I will protect him. If they're gone, then I will make their last second mean something the captain can't erase. She slams the hammer to the floor. Sparks jump. The Imperium has endless soldiers, but they only get one of me. Some enemies fight because they're paid to, some because they're ordered to, but the worst kind are the ones who believe they're saving the world by killing you. That was who was coming down the corridor. The Imperium doesn't send the Wolf Guard to win battles. They send them to end history. She looks at her rebels, they're shaking. Every person behind me knew they weren't ready. I wasn't ready. She wipes her mouth. Blood smears. But readiness is a lie. All that matters is who takes the next step forward. Sarah breathes, her hands shaking, and steps in front of her entire force alone. If they kill me, let them pay for my name. Valith voice, broken whisper. I don't know how to carry my rifle anymore. His hands tremble. I spent my life shooting at shadows the Imperium told me to hate. Now I'm staring at the only person who ever treated me like I mattered. He closes his eyes. Flash of the captain's face. His voice still lives in my head. Captain Ghost voice. Obedience makes you pure. Valith opens his eyes, looks again at Sarah. Then why does purity feel like rot? Why does obedience taste like ash? He takes a breath, deep, shaking. I don't know if I'm brave. I just know I can't watch her die while I hide. He stands slowly. Lucian voice, the world above burned like daylight. Down here it was always midnight. He looks at Gamma. I used to carry this boy because he was small. Now I carry him because he is heavy with knowledge. Gamma's fingers twitch, images flash in Lucian's mind. Every meter we walked, I felt the captain watching. He touches the wall, screaming echoes. This place wasn't built for energy. It was built as a test, to see how far loyalty could be pushed before it turned into hatred. Lucian grips the hammer, and they found the breaking point. Me, Sarah, Valith, Gamma. He steps deeper. We're the cracks in their perfect world. Pain is a moment. Purpose is forever. The shield shatters. Screams echo. I thought I was dying. Then I realized dying would be easier than what I was doing. Blood flies. I was living for someone else. Lucian, Gamma, and the nameless future they never got to choose. She swings through the second soldier. Sparks ignite the air. The Imperium built this fortress to hold the world in its fist. But fists can't hold fire. She steps forward, stepping onto broken shield fragments. I wasn't a soldier anymore. I was the hammer that woke the dead. Valith voice, screaming through tears. I don't know who I am anymore. He fires again, armor cracks. But I know who I'm not. Echoing, I'm not yours. He aims at another guard. Not your weapon, not your child, not your dog. Valith reloads, shaking. I choose her. He jumps down, landing beside Sarah. Silence. Sarah turns, sees him. Time freezes again. Eye contact in chaos. Sarah. Voice. He came back. A beat. Shock becomes fury. They stand back to back. Lucian voice. Distant whisper. Matching scene rhythm. Above me, the world shifted. Someone chose the future instead of the past. Sarah screams. Hammer swings. Valith screams. Gun roars. Wolfguard fall, like iron statues collapsing. Sarah voice. Empires break when the smallest piece refuses to fit. Gunfire fades. Valith VO. Whisper. I was afraid to fight. Then I was afraid not to. They stand on corpses, blood and steam rising. Cut to Lucian, holding Gamma. Camera extreme close. Lucian voice. The rebellion isn't an army. It's a decision. Obedience is a mercy. Rebellion is the cruelty of children who think history is kind. Captain voice. The Wolfguard died well. They died believing their blood fed the future. He steps forward. Each step makes the camera shake. And you believe your blood frees it. He looks at Sarah. Both are dreams of children. He raises his head. The breathing fills the corridor. But only one dream survives the wake of reality. He points the throne blade at Sarah. Show them reality. Sarah. Voice. Numbness gives unexpected clarity. When he stepped into the corridor, the world stopped lying. She swallows blood. I wasn't a hero. He wasn't a god. We were just two bodies made of fear and belief, colliding to decide what tomorrow looks like. Valith steps beside her, shaking. This was everything the Imperium believed. I was everything it tried to erase. She lifts the hammer. I thought strength was killing him, but strength is standing in front of him knowing you might die. The captain moves faster than something that size should be able to. Lucian voice awe gives realization, gives terror. Every step he took upstairs shook the world down here. He touches the wall. The metal is hot, like skin around a wound. I used to think the Imperium was an idea, a religion, a machine, a system nobody could fight. Gamma shivers, whisper of static. But it isn't. It has a face, it has a voice. It has a man wearing all its sins like armor. He closes his eyes. And if that man dies, the system bleeds. Gamma whispers something into Lucian's mind, a vision of blue fire tearing through black armor. Sarah voiced the impact of reality. He didn't swing a weapon. He swung the weight of every rule the universe ever used to crush people like me. She's thrown back, slides in blood. My bones screamed, my ribs fractured, but something in me didn't break with them. She stands, breath ragged. I realized why he was afraid of me. Her eyes burning. I had nothing left to protect, and a person with nothing left to protect becomes someone who can protect everyone. The captain charges. Valith POV. He lifts his gun, broken arm shaking, fires into the captain's visor. Bullets sparked like raindrops hitting a tank. Valith voice. I don't need to win. I just need to matter. He screams, keeps firing, all voices blending. Revelation, Sarah's. He believes everything he says. He kills because he thinks it saves the world. Lucian feeling the crack through the wall. Lucian's voice. And belief is the sharpest weapon in the galaxy. Valith bleeds out from the mouth, still smiling. If he can bleed, he can lose. One climbing into darkness, one running into the future, one standing against history. Cut to Gamma's glowing eyes. He whispers a word into Lucian's mind. Gamma mental voice. Kill the idea, not the man. Lucian breath stops. If we kill him, the Imperium grows another monster. But if we kill what he believes, the Imperium falls asleep forever. Cut to the captain roars, charging. Sarah tightens grip on the broken hammer. Lucian runs deeper into the machine heart. Valith crawls forward, gun shaking. 3 destinies moving together. Sra, voice, whisper, calm. When steel breaks, it screams. When belief breaks, the universe goes silent for a moment. Sarah voice with clarity under chaos. This is the moment everyone thinks they train for. The moment you face the monster that shaped your nightmares. Slow breath. But training ends the second the world stops making sense. She sees the captain's eye through the broken mask. Human, terrified. I expected a god. I got a frightened man hiding behind a religion of armor. Hammer and blade meet steel screams. And I realized victory isn't killing him. Victory is killing the part of the world that needs men like him. The impact detonation begins. Lucian's metaphysical collision below. Above, steel broke. Below, something deeper did. The metal corridor ripples from the impact above, like a biomechanical nerve reacting to pain. Gamma gasps, mouth opens, no sound. The captain's belief slammed into Sarah's refusal the way planets collide. Lucian stumbles, walls distort. The machine reacted, not to the force of the hammer, but to the force of the idea behind it. Lucian touches the wall, sees ripples of memory from the captain's life, battles, indoctrination, vows. The Imperium wasn't built from power. It was built from fear disguised as destiny. Gamma's eyes snap open. Gamma, broken whisper, partly data, partly child. Whispers overlap, distorted, fragmented like a dying radio signal. Gamma's voice, layered, glitching. He believed he was saving us. He thought walls make the world safe. He thought silence makes the future clean. Lucian listens, horrified. He continued. Pain was the language they taught me first. I thought everyone spoke it. His fingers pressed deeper, but Sarah screamed, and Valeth cried, and you carried me. Gamma's voice softens, childish. Pain isn't language, pain is a cage. The machine pulses violently, lights flicker. We have to break the cage. Lucian grips the hammer and said, a child just told me how to destroy an empire. Valeth's voice, soft, peaceful. I thought obedience made me safe. I thought killing made me useful. Blood all over his teeth, eyes wide. But standing between the world and its monster, that made me real. The blade pushes through him. He coughs. I was afraid my life didn't matter. Now I know. It didn't have to be long. It just had to be mine. He looks at Sarah. Tears spill. If anyone writes my name, let them spell it wrong. I don't care. His breath fails. I chose something better than obedience. He falls. Sarah voice, transcendence. He died to show me the truth. She steps forward, dragging the hammer across the floor. Sparks trail behind. The captain isn't the empire. He's the voice of a cage we all were born inside. She raises the hammer, every muscle shaking. Killing him won't save the world, but breaking what he believes, that will echo forever. The captain steps back, just a half step, the first sign of fear. Sarah breathes, calm like death. I don't fight for victory. I fight so the next child doesn't become a battery for someone's idea of peace. She swings, and the entire world goes white. Whisper, dazed, almost hallucinating. When the world breaks, it doesn't scream, it exhales. She tries to move. Her arm is limp. The explosion didn't kill me. It killed the noise. She stares at the captain, his armor steaming. I thought I'd feel victory if I survived this blow, but all I felt was the weight of what came next. She tries to stand, knees shaking. Winning a fight is simple. Killing a belief is the impossible part. She looks at Valeth's body lying a meter from the captain's boots. Lucian, voice shaken, reverent, and horrified at the same time. This wasn't a generator. It was a prison walled with prayers. The heart pulses, showing memory fragments. Every soul that died feeding the Imperium is here. Archived, catalogued, ignored. Lucian approaches, breath shaking. The machine doesn't power the Empire. Belief does. He sees flashes. The captain as a young soldier, crying while being indoctrinated. The first thing they take from you is the right to ask why. Lucian lifts the hammer, ready to break the sphere. Then Gamma's voice stops him. Fragmented, child logic meets machine logic. Gamma speaks inside Lucian's mind, not through lips. Gamma voice, glitching. You want to break it with a hammer. That kills the people inside. Lucian freezes, horrified. Their pain becomes smoke. Their names become nothing. Memory fragments flash, children screaming in training chambers, mothers crying, recruits kneeling. The captain thinks cages are kindness. He never saw outside before they sealed him in the idea. Lucian trembles. Don't kill him. Kill what he believes. Gamma's eyes dim. Let people see the truth. Truth is louder than God's. The heart flashes, showing the captain crying after killing his first village, alone in the dark. Lucian realizes the Imperium wasn't built by monsters. It was built by broken children pretending to be gods, so no one could break them again. Tears hit Lucian's chest. He didn't realize he was crying. Captain voice, low, shaking. The first honest words he's spoken in decades. I was 7 when they gave me a rifle. I was 8 when they made me kill a stranger to prove I belonged. He looks at his own hands, blood everywhere. I led men because I had nothing else left to be. I built this cage because living outside it terrified me. He raises his head, meeting Sarah's gaze. It was never about power. It was about control over the fear that lives in every child who grows up in a world without mercy. A tear mixes with blood. If you kill me, Another boy becomes me tomorrow. Sarah breathes, shaking, devastated. She understands. Sarah then said, "He isn't the problem. The world that created him is. All voices blend, truth spoken through three voices. SAR, RHPOV. Killing you is easy. Killing the story that made you takes everything I have." She drops the hammer. It hits the ground. No sound. Like gravity is waiting for permission. "Captain Pav, then do it. Write a new story." His voice is calm, resigned. Gamma whispers, "Show them." Lucian nods, through tears, and touches the heart beside Gamma's hand. The world fills with memory. Every scream, every prayer, every face, every sacrifice. The Imperium's truth is seen, not hidden, not stored, shared. Rebels behind Sarah see visions through her eyes. The captain sees himself as a child, afraid. Everything breaks, quietly. Raw, a voice, quiet, raw, slowed by pain. The world didn't end with a scream. It ended with a whisper none of us were ready to hear. She looks around, taking in the destruction. War teaches you two truths. Everything dies, and everything changes because of it. She kneels beside Valeth's body. He never wanted to be a hero. He just wanted to choose something that wasn't chosen for him. Sarah places the broken hammer by his hand. Without people like Valeth, stories stay small. She closes his eyes. "I didn't win this battle. I survived it. And survival is not victory, but it is the seed of one." She stands, slowly, shadowed against the rising fire. Lucian voice devastated, calm. We opened the heart, and the past spilled out like blood from a wound that took centuries to hide. He looks at the glowing fragments rising. The Empire didn't fear rebellion. It feared memory. Close on Gamma's face, peaceful. It feared its children remembering what the world looked like before cages were built around their hearts. Lucian whispers, "No one will ever use a child to power the illusion of peace again." He stands, lifting Gamma gently. "Not while anyone who is here today is still breathing." The entire chamber hums once more, then dies forever. Sarah said bitter truth. I wanted to kill him 1,000 times. But killing him would feed the lie that monsters are born, not made. She watches him walk away. He was a child broken into the shape of a weapon, and handed to a war machine that teaches pain as purpose. She closes her eyes. Ending him ends nothing. Ending the story that made him ends everything. Her voice tightens. So I let him walk into the future he tried to steal from us. She turns away, refusing to watch his silhouette fade. This is what victory feels like. A wound that stays open so someone else doesn't have to bleed for it. Lucian voice. The Imperium controlled 1,000 planets with a single idea. Suffering is destiny. Mothers crying, recruits kneeling, children taken. We didn't hack a network. We cut a vein and let the truth bleed into every screen, every speaker, every mind. Sarah raising her hammer and said, "People don't follow armies. They follow the truth they recognize as their own." Lucian presses the final sequence. The entire sky glows with stolen memory. We didn't give them a revolution. We gave them a reason to start one. Rebels cheer not loud, but with relief. Sarah's voice whisper fading. I don't know if the galaxy will change because of today. I don't know if the stars will care that we bled for them. She looks at Gamma, touches his hair. Maybe all revolutions are just children who learned a different kind of language. Lucian, looking at the sunrise, he said, "Pain is not destiny. Memory is not a cage. And children are not engines for the dreams of broken men." Sarah breathes, a long, calm exhale. The Imperium lost its voice today. Not because we killed it, but because we let the world hear it scream. She looks directly to the world, eyes calm, tired, alive. History is written by the ones who refuse to kneel.